Okay, everybody, welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to jump right into this today. TSO products, you know my affiliation with them. I've been with them a long time. They sent me a couple of new things for the MFT. These accessories, I think, are a must-have if you own an MFT. So let's get right into it right now. All right, so first thing I'm going to go over is the fence that they sent me. This is the multifunction fence for the MFT. You can see it has two bench dogs in the back. Those are going to go into the dog holes, 20mm dog holes on your MFT. And it also has a nice, really nice stop block on here. It's kind of like that spring-loaded stop block that you have also on your parallel guides. It's just a lot more beefy. Everything's extruded aluminum. All your markings laser engraved. You have your metric millimeters and you have your imperial inches. And this way you don't have to wind up buying two fences like some other companies make you do. You either have to buy metric or imperial. With the TSO, you get both for the same price. So what we're gonna do here is we'll get you a little bit closer. I'll show you how this thing installs. I'll show you how I can check if it's square. And it also comes with this little material stop, which I like because that'll go on the other side of the fence. You'll see what that's for in just a second. But getting away from that fence for 1 second and moving over to, you know what this is. You guys saw me about a year ago, I showed you guys this. This is the little extension table that TSO has. That's another great accessory that really provides some good support when you're doing cutoffs, that it won't fall off the side of the table. Because a lot of times if you're cutting long material and you're up against a stop block and you have like a good 20 or 30 inches left over or more, it will tend to want to just fall right off as soon as you cut it. Speaking of support, what I used to do for years now that I've been using the track saw on the MFT, I would make my cut and then I would have my CT26 dust extractor right there, right next to me. So it's kind of like on top of me, this thing, right? I would make the cut and then I would lift the track saw 100 times a day. I'd be making a cut and I'd be lifting a track saw and putting it on top there for support. And it takes a toll on your shoulders over the years. But TSO's come up with a little tool shelf here that you can just take your track saw, make your cut, and then just bring it right down and drop it right on that tool shelf. And it's a great support and you're not really using your shoulders to lift it above the shoulder level and really wrench on that rotator cuff, you know what I mean? So as a carpenter and cabinet maker, you'll notice as you get older, the shoulders will start to wear out on you. So you make the cut and then you just bring it right down, drop it on there. That just bolts right onto the table. It's a phenomenal product and I think it's a must-have. All right, let's move over to the fence, show you how it works. Okay, so we're going to be using our existing Festool guide rail that comes with the MFT. We're going to make sure that we are in our pin, which we are. So now we're going to move this out of the way. Now you're used to the original fence on here sticking way out in the back as it had that adjustable piece. Now if you still need that to move that back and forth and you need to make angled cuts, you can make angled cuts with this as well, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But it's not like a regular protractor, so you will have to get your angles with a protractor to line it up, but you can do it. So first thing I like to do is just bring the guide rail down. And like I said, this is a little material cutoff support piece here, so you could just drop that in the rearmost hole and it'll sit just like that. Then you'll take your fence with your bench dogs installed and you just drop it in the dog hole on the MFT that's closest to the guide rail. And then since these are movable, you can actually move and adjust this fence, and that's pretty much what we're going to do to get our setting here for our measurements. Once you drop it in place, you're going to want to come around the back with a 5mm Allen key that they don't provide you, but you should have in your shop anyway. And you're going to tighten up those bench dogs that are securing this in place. But before we do that, we want this to still be loose because we want to be able to move this thing back and forth because we're going to make an adjustment now. So what I like to do to calibrate this is I'm going to take my tape measure and I'm going to go off of my edge here, right? And I'm going to look and I'm going to say that this thing is 300 right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my stop block just hit that 300 mark, just like that, because I'm just tightening it up and I just want to check something right now and I want to see if we're in a good position where I have it. And I'm going to mark out 300mm. Now you could do the same thing in imperial, just use whatever measurements you want. You could just mark out 12 inches if you want. Move this over to the 12-inch mark, 13-inch mark, and then tighten it up. So right now we are at 300mm. So what I'm going to do now is I have my mark here. I'm going to take my workpiece. I'm going to slide it up to that stop block. I'm going to drop this down. I'm going to see how far off we are. So right now at the 300 mark, I'm off about, from the guide rail strip, I'm off about 9 or 10 millimeters. So now what I'll do, since this is still loose in the back, and that's why I told you don't tighten it up, now I'm just gonna take this, and as I push this, the stop block is tight and it's on 300. So now I'm just gonna take it and push the whole assembly all the way down until I hit the mark, my pencil mark, where my guide rail strip is. All right, now I have it in place. Now I'm gonna go in the back and I'm gonna tighten up the bench dogs. I'm gonna hold the fence down so it doesn't move on me. And I'm gonna tighten these up. That's nice and tight. Come over here, nice and tight right here. And at this point now, we are calibrated at 300 millimeters to the guide rail strip. So now when I come in here and I bring my workpiece, and I hit that stop block, I drop this down, I'm automatically right there getting ready to hit 300 millimeters. And when I make this cut now, it's gonna be 300 millimeters. So that's it, you're calibrated. So let's go ahead and make a cut. Okay, so there's also one more thing I wanna check before I go ahead and I make this cut. And that is, now that I've tightened it up, I'm gonna move the stop block back out of the way. It's just flip stop, it gets out of the way real quick. I wanna check square to make sure that I'm actually gonna make a square cut. So now I like the TSO MTR18 triangle for this. Now, by the way, I'm gonna link all of this stuff in the description box, my affiliate links for all these products. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna hit the guide rail with these pins, and I'm gonna go to the back and hit the fence, and I can see that I am dead on square. There is no movement right there, so we're good. And you can purchase these. These are little quick knobs. They're gonna go right underneath the MFT, and they're gonna secure to the bottom of these bench dogs. And these bench dogs on the bottom are threaded. So you just put this quick knob, or the speed knob, whatever you wanna call it, right in the bottom, and I'll just tighten it up. And what that's gonna do for me, and that's gonna eliminate any of the little bit of movement, any deflection that I might have in this fence here, because the bench dogs are right into the MFT, which is, the top is just made out of MDF. So we're gonna eliminate any movement whatsoever, any deflection on the fence, especially when you're bringing in a big piece of plywood. That fence is gonna wanna deflect, and now it's not gonna move. I'm gonna drop this down. This is my 300 millimeter mark. Now I already cut the square before on one end, so normally what you would do is you would take it and you would make a square cut, flip it over, bring it in here, slide it right into your stop block just like that, bring it down, goggles real quick, and this is how fast it is, folks, right there. Just make this cut real quick. Get that out of the way, right on that little shelf. Move that out right there, and take a quick measurement here. 300, 300. I'm gonna go on the diagonal right here. And I got 427, 427. So that is dead on square, and the repeatability is right there. Drop it down, make another cut, 300. Okay, now really quick, just to show you that this thing doesn't just cut 90 degrees. What we'll do is we'll drop down our fence, and we'll put this right here, drop it into the other dog holes, and I got my MTR18, put the pins up against there, up against the fence, set it right there at the 45 mark. I'm gonna move this material stop out of the way for a second. All right, so I know that's set right there. Now we can go ahead, drop our fence. All right, look at that. Simple way to send it right back to where it's got to be. Take it right out of the dog holes, put it back in the position you had it. All you have to do is put your speed knobs back on, put your little material stop right in there. You drop this back down, and you're back already calibrated to where you were. You don't have to move anything. I do think it's a great product. I do think the tool tray is a great product for the track saw, and I think that this will help speed up your game a little bit here. It will make the table definitely lighter for you to move around, and that's for sure. It's going to save you some room in your garage shop, your home shop, wherever, your basement shop, wherever you're working, on the job site. Definitely on the job site, it's going to help you out. You can use this in other ways also, not only just to cut 90 degrees and angled cuts on the MFT. You can flip it down and use it for cutting thinner stock, like a half-inch material, quarter-inch material. You also can take this and use it as a straight edge for your routers to make dados. You can use it with multiple stop blocks. You can purchase more of these stop blocks, and then you can have a multitude of stop blocks set up so you can make multiple cuts and leave them in place. You can actually buy another one of these fences, and I believe it looks to me like the TSO the guide rail connectors, where you use to make the Festool guide rails longer. I believe they will fit in there. You can buy a whole nother fence, and then this way you can have a really long cutting capacity for your cross cuts if you wanted to do like tall bookcases or things like that. So I do think that there are a lot of things that you can do with this if you really get creative. You can also take this to your any workbench that you have that has 20mm dog holes. You can also switch the dog holes into the lower position to make the fence lay down flat, and you can use your domino plate against that, and that will give you nice straight plunges with your domino along, like, say, the center of a workpiece if you're putting dominoes in the center. So there are a multitude of things that you can do with this, and that's probably why they're calling it the multifunction fence. It's really a multifunction piece of equipment. So don't forget to check the description box. I will link all of this stuff in the description below, and this way you can get that, purchase it through my affiliate links. And I want to thank TSO for being a long-time sponsor of the channel, and these are great products. Otherwise I wouldn't endorse them. All right, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope you guys check out those products, and if you need them, then definitely purchase them through the link that I will provide you with, and I will see you next time in the shop. There are a lot of big changes about to happen here. All right, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the picture of a little notification bell. That's going to notify you every time I upload a new video, which is mostly on a weekly basis. I know it's been a couple of days now, so it's been a little more than a week, but there is a lot going on. So just stick with me, guys. I got a lot to do, and you're going to see all of it. All right, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time in the shop.